Hello guys, hope you are doing well. Like today, let's continue our further topic, that is the diagonal relationship and anomalous behavior of beryllium. So we all know like beryllium is the second group element, the very first second group element, and it has a diagonal relationship with aluminium. What is a diagonal relationship? The elements of second period have similar properties with the next period next group. Okay, next period next group. So those elements second period loan elements. Okay, when you observe that second period elements, you will find we have already seen this, but for those who are new for this, see this lithium and magnesium, these are second period elements. The second period elements have similar properties with the next period. This is the next period, this is the third period, and also the next group. So lithium and magnesium, they both have similar properties. Beryllium and aluminum will have similar properties. So such a phenomenon, boron and silicon will have similar properties. Such a phenomenon where you observe the similarities in the diagonally related elements, they are called as diagonal relationship. Now when you talk about the diagonal relationship, these are the points that you must be knowing, very important. First of all, why anomalous behavior of beryllium? Beryllium behaves anomalously because of this following reason. It has smaller size. Okay, so the smaller size of beryllium we have seen from left to right and from top to bottom. Beryllium all the way till, let's say for example, fluorine. If you talk about beryllium to fluorine, we say like beryllium is bigger in size because fluorine is smaller in size. As from left to right, size will decrease. Okay, and anyways we are not trying to relate with this fluorine, we are trying to relate with what? Beryllium and the group elements. So beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium we talk about. From top to bottom, atomic size will be increasing. So beryllium is smaller in size than magnesium than. So on beryllium is smaller. So the smaller size of beryllium is one of the reasons why it is behaving anomalously. Anomalous and different. Okay, fine. So one reason is that. The second reason is high electronegativity. From left to right, again electronegativity will increase. From top to bottom, decreases. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, all the time if you see electronegativity, this is having high electronegativity. What is electronegativity? Again, for those who forgot, the tendency of an atom to attract shared pair of electron. Okay, ఒక ఆటంకి ఇంకొక ఆటంకి మధ్య బాండ్ ఉంటుంది. ఈ బాండ్ ఫామ్ అయిన దాన్ని ఈ ఆటం కనుక తన వైపు లాక్కోవడానికి ట్రై చేస్తుంది. దిస్ ఇస్ ద బాండ్. This one atom, let's say my fist is one atom, another atom. Between these two atoms there is a force of attraction between them, that is bond. ఈ బాండ్లో 2 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ తన వైపు లాక్కోవడాన్ని దీని యొక్క కెపాసిటీని బట్టి ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివిటీ అంటాం, లేదా ఇది తన వైపు లాక్కునే దాన్ని దీని ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివిటీ. సో ద టెండెన్సీ ఆఫ్ an atom to attract shared pair of electrons. This is shared pair of electrons. So that is called as electronegativity. So beryllium is having high electronegativity. Why? Smaller atom kada, ఎక్కువ పుల్లింగ్ కెపాసిటీ ఉంటుంది కంపేర్డ్ టు మెగ్నీషియం అండ్ కాల్షియం. సో ఎక్కువ పుల్లింగ్ కెపాసిటీ అంటే హై ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివిటీ. సో దట్స్ ద రీజన్. హై ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివిటీ, స్మాలర్ సైజ్ అండ్ ద ఎబిలిటీ టు ఎక్స్పాండ్ ఇట్స్ వాలెన్స్. బెరిలియం బ్యాలెన్స్ మనకు తెలిసింది. బెరిలియం కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ is 1s2 2s2, రైట్? సో అంటే the deepest of the center, first shell, second shell. మనం 10th class లో చదువుకున్నాం. What is that? In the first shell there can be how many subshells? Maximum only one. In the second shell there can be how many? 2 subshells. What are those? S and P. Okay, compulsoryగా according to Bohr's theory it must be there. Second shell లో 2 subshells ఉండాలి, third shell లో 3 subshells ఉండాలి, fourth shell లో 4 subshells ఉండాలి. That's the rule. So ఇక్కడ చూస్తే కనుక ఫస్ట్ షెల్ 1s2 నో ప్రాబ్లం, సెకండ్ షెల్ 2s2, కానీ 2p కూడా ఉండాలి, కానీ దట్ ఈస్ ఎంటీ, 2p 0. అంటే బెరిలియం కాన్ఫిగరేషన్లో సెకండ్ షెల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది అంటే సెకండ్ సబ్షెల్స్ కూడా రావాలి ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్లోకి, అండ్ దోస్ సబ్షెల్స్ ఆర్ ఎంటీ. Are you understanding? So those subshells are what? Empty. 2s is okay, then 2p 0. The p orbitals or p subshells is generally 0. So that's why I am written as empty orbitals. Now the point is this, because there is a presence of empty orbitals, p orbitals are empty. Enduku atomic number enta 4 electrons occupied. Even though there are availability of orbitals, but they are not filled. They are filled only when there is the dative bond coordinate covalent bond lo use chesukodaniki matram beryllium will use these empty orbitals. Nevertheless, empty orbitals అనేవి ఉన్నాయి. Very less chances of using this as comparative to p block elements. Nevertheless, it has. Okay. So now, ability to expand its valency. Beryllium valency 2 only. Suppose okavela if I have some element that is, let's say for example oxygen. Oxygen has 2 lone pair of electrons. Now this lone pair can be shared into this empty orbital and form a dative bond. Okay, let's say for example water. H2O molecule ఉంది. So ఈ water molecule lone pair of electrons ni can be donated and can also be shared between this oxygen and this empty p orbital. So ఆ bond form అయ్యేదాన్ని దాన్ని ఏమంటాము అంటే మనం dative bond అంటాం. Dative bond. Chemical bonding lo clear గా చదువుతాము. As if now dative bond. What is a dative bond? Dative bond is also called as coordinate covalent bond. Coordinate covalent bond. Okay. So what is a coordinate covalent bond? The species that has to donate a lone pair of electrons and also share. The species that has to accept a lone pair of electron and also share. Such a type of bond between electron donor atom and electron acceptor atom, or electron donor species and electron acceptor species. Are the bond form ayadane coordinate covalent bond. So it's called as dative bond. Okay. ఒకవేళ ఈ empty orbitals అనేవి లేకపోయి ఉంటే కనుక then coordinate covalent bond form అయ్యేది కాదు. కానీ బెరిలియం కేసులో సెకండ్ షెల్ ఉంది కాబట్టి సెకండ్ షెల్ లో p కూడా ఎంటీగా ఉన్నాయి, అవైలబుల్ గా ఉన్నాయి. So that's the reason we can say ability to expand its valency. More to valency ఉండాలి 2 ఉండాలి. కానీ వాటర్ మాలిక్యూల్ వచ్చేసరికల్లా it has gone with one more extra 3 అయిపోయింది, రైట్? అట్లాగే ఇంకా ఈ రెండు కూడా ఖాళీగా ఉన్నాయి. These 2 orbitals are also empty. So another water molecule can come in, another water molecule can come in. Yes or no? So it is able to expand its octet. Sorry, not octet, valency. Okay. So that's the point. Then last, that is high polarizing power. This also we have discussed couple of times. Polarizing power energy. What is that? Ability to attract the electrons or distort the shape of the anion. Okay, cation will be pulling the electrons towards it. So this is a cation, smaller in size, anion bigger in size, and this anions will have the electrons. This cation nucleus will be trying to pull this electron. So when that is happening, what happens is the shape of this anion will be distorted. And at one point of time, shapes is completely distorted. Our phenomenon polarization antamu. With respect to cation, whatever that happened, that is called as polarizing power. So beryllium case lo smaller atom kabatti more polarizing power. Ade larger cation undi, larger anion undanuko ఇందులో కూడా polarization జరగవచ్చు. కానీ ఈ కేస్ ని కంపేర్ చేస్తే ఏ కేసులో ఎక్కువ పోలరైజింగ్ పవర్ ఉంటుంది? స్మాలర్ ఆటమ్ కాబట్టి ఈ కేసులో ఎక్కువ పోలరైజింగ్ పవర్ ఉంటుంది. సో దట్స్ వాట్, డ్యూ టు హై పోలరైజింగ్ పవర్ this beryllium is behaving odd. So these are the 4 reasons why beryllium is behaving odd or anomalous behavior of beryllium. Now we have understood why beryllium is behaving odd. Now we have to understand what are the consequences of this anomalous behavior. Okay, so these are the consequences. Now from now onwards, like it's a more of remembering points, but I'll make you to understand in a simple way so that you can remember it. You need not by heart it. So pay attention. So consequences. The first one is this. It is the hardest metal. Okay, beryllium is what? The hardest metal. Why is it hardest metal? Smaller atom. So smaller atom kabatti smaller atoms ki inkoka atom ki inkoka atom madhya force of attraction enti stronger bond untadi. చిన్న ఆటమ్కి మధ్య స్ట్రాంగర్ బాండ్ ఉంటుంది. సో స్ట్రాంగర్ బాండ్ ఉంది అంటే హార్డ్గా ఉందండి. ఇన్ ద ఫస్ట్ గ్రూప్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఆల్సో హ్యావ్ టోల్డ్ సాఫ్ట్ మెటల్స్కి ఎందుకు ఉంటాయి అంటే కనుక దే హ్యావ్ రిలేటివ్లీ వీకర్ బాండ్. ఎందుకు వీకర్ బాండ్? మెటాలిక్ బాండ్ ఈజ్ ఎ వీకర్ వన్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఈస్ ఫస్ట్ గ్రూప్ ఎలిమెంట్స్. బట్ హియర్ వాట్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్, this beryllium will have relatively a stronger bond. Why? Metallic bond is stronger due to smaller size. Due to what? Smaller size. So from left to right, if you observe, size is decreasing. So first group elements ki second group elements ki compare chesam anukondi, size emavutadi, which is smaller. Group 2 elements are smaller, group 1 elements are larger. So because of the smaller size, they have stronger bonds, stronger metallic bond, and hence hardest metal. Okay, in this group. The next one, that is what? Melting and boiling points. If you talk about melting and boiling points, what do you expect? Same group 1 lo ela aithe lithium behave chesindo, idi kuda alage behave chestadi. Okay, melting and boiling points are dash, high or low? It is high. They have high melting and high boiling points. Then they does not react with the atmosphere. Why is that beryllium does not react with the atmosphere? Very beginning chemical properties lo manam chadivina anamata. Beryllium does not react with atmosphere because it is least reactive. Okay, this metal is what? Least reactive. And not only that, it does not decompose water. Yes or no? While talking about the chemical properties, I have said cold water, hot water, toti. For example, magnesium, can it react with cold water? No. Can it react with warm water? Yes. Calcium, can it react with steam? Yes. Beryllium can react with hot water? No. So beryllium does not react with water at all. It does not decompose water. What was the reaction that we have studied? Mg plus hot water or steam will form magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice, plus H2 gas is released. So this is what decomposition of water is taking place. But if you place beryllium in the same reaction, you will not find the direct decomposition. So that's what it does not decompose water. Not only that, HCl, beryllium chloride is directly HCl to react beryllium sulfate in form to give hydrogen gas. Now why? What is the reason? The reason is due to the oxidation potential is lesser for beryllium. చెప్పాను కదా, SRP values or SOP values అని మనకి 12th క్లాస్లో ఎలక్ట్రోకెమిస్ట్రీ చాప్టర్లో ఒక సిరీస్ ఆఫ్ టేబుల్ ఉంటుంది అనమాట, ఒక సిరీస్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఒక టేబుల్. దాంట్లో ఆక్సిడేషన్ పొటెన్షియల్స్, రిడక్షన్ పొటెన్షియల్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ దట్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ పొటెన్షియల్స్ అండ్ రిడక్షన్ పొటెన్షియల్ which is experimentally calculated, depending on it we will identify that it is having lesser oxidation potential, hence it cannot liberate hydrogen gas. Then talking about the next one, that is it does not react directly with hydrogen to form hydrides. Yes or no? Magnesium gani, calcium gani, where we have treated with the hydrogen, they have directly reacted. But this fellow beryllium, if you remember beryllium hydride form cheyali ante మనం ఏం చేసాము, బెరిలియం కార్బైడ్ కానీ బెరిలియం ఆక్సైడ్ కానీ తీసుకొని లిథియం అల్యూమినియం హైడ్రైడ్తో ట్రీట్ చేశారు. ఓకే, ఐ థింక్ ఎస్టర్డేస్ ఆర్ డే బిఫోర్ ఎస్టర్డేస్ ద క్లాస్. Lithium aluminum hydride, I told you to remember this. Lithium aluminum hydride, it is a strong dash agent, strong reducing agent. And what does it do? It will liberate what ions? H minus ions. Yes or no? So we have seen that beryllium oxide on treating with, or beryllium chloride on treating with lithium aluminum hydride, we have seen beryllium hydride plus, in case if you have, I don't know whether I have said okay, beryllium chloride on treating with lithium aluminum hydride will form, beryllium will form hydride, that is BeH2 plus LiCl plus AlCl3. So this was the reaction we have seen it in the chemical properties. Unlike other elements like magnesium on treating with hydrogen, it forms magnesium hydride, right? But beryllium directly react ayi hydride form cheyadannamata, like these fellows. This has to be reacting to form hydrides only in the presence of reducing agents, that is lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride. Best one is lithium aluminum hydride. Okay. Alright. Then so it does not decompose, does not react, and does not directly react with hydrogen to form what? Beryllium hydrides. Does not react directly with hydrogen to form beryllium hydride. Okay. Then what does it do? I have shown the reaction now. So just take that reaction just below this. Then next, maybe I can write it here. No, you can adjust it here. The reaction. Beryllium oxide. Now again, ఆక్సైడ్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడితే కనుక ఆల్ అదర్ ఆక్సైడ్స్ మెగ్నీషియం అండ్ కాల్షియం స్ట్రాన్షియం వాటి యొక్క ఆక్సైడ్ నేచర్ బెరిలియం ఆక్సైడ్ నేచర్ దే ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? బెరిలియం ఆక్సైడ్ ఈస్ amphoteric in nature. What is amphoteric? What is amphoteric? The substance which can react with both acid as well as base. Such a substance is called as what? Amphoteric in nature. So beryllium can react with both acid as well as the base. Then beryllium hydroxide. Generally magnesium oxide చూస్తే basic గా ఉంటుంది, calcium oxide చూస్తే basic గా ఉంటుంది. కానీ beryllium hydroxide and beryllium oxide they are amphoteric in nature and they are soluble, sparingly soluble in water. And beryllium hydroxide is having, that is covalency is very high. It is high. Just now we have seen beryllium can expand its covalency. Magnesium, calcium, strontium చూసుకుంటే కనుక we have only 2 bonds, but this beryllium can expand its covalency. In some cases we will also observe magnesium also expanding its covalency, okay, to form complex compounds. That is an exception case. Apart from that, these are the things. Then if I relate with this with the oxides of metals, that is magnesium, calcium, strontium, what to compare చేస్తే కనుక magnesium oxide గాని they are generally what? Basic in nature, కానీ ఇదేంటిది amphoteric in nature. Those oxides are generally soluble in water, but this one is sparingly soluble in water. Those oxides are what? Ionic in nature, but this one is what? Covalent. So magnesium oxide చూసుకుంటే కనుక MgO, calcium oxide CaO, they are what? Ionic in nature, but this one is what? Covalent character ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. Okay, so this is what we can say like comparative relationship, which is beryllium is behaving odd. They're talking about its carbides. You know this also we have seen beryllium carbide on hydrolysis. That means what? Treating with water, it forms methane. Beryllium hydroxide plus methane is formed. Beryllium carbide, on treating with water will form beryllium hydroxide plus methane. This also you have seen it already. Okay, whereas other fellows they form acetylene, or with magnesium it forms propyne, but this one will form methane. So that's why we call it as what? Methanide. Beryllium carbide is also called as what? Methanides, because on hydrolysis they form methane. So that is also anomalous behavior. If you talk about that calcium carbide, we find what? CaC2 plus water. Calcium carbide reaction కూడా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎందుకంటే in the sea and oceans this reaction is majorly used అనమాట. With it forms calcium hydroxide plus propyne, and this one is very much reactive in water and it releases fumes. Okay, we'll talk about that. So right now calcium carbide వచ్చేసి propyne prepare చేస్తుంది, acetylene, not propyne. Acetylene is formed, but with beryllium you find methane. So that's why it is behaving odd. Alright, fine. So there it is. So beryllium carbide on hydrolysis forms methane. Then beryllium nitride is volatile. When you talk about magnesium nitride, calcium nitride and strontium nitride, they are not volatile. Volatile ante enti? Easily converting into vapors. They convert into vapors most easily formed. Okay, easy convert అయిపోతాయి అన్నమాట. Even little amount of heat is there, they convert into vapors. ఆ యొక్క నేచర్ ని హీట్ లేకపోయినప్పటికీ కూడా volatile నేచర్ షో చేస్తారు అన్నమాట. So beryllium nitride is very much volatile, whereas magnesium calcium nitride they are not volatile, they are in liquid forms. Beryllium sulfide is soluble. When you talk about the solubility, okay, I have told solubility is depending upon just like ఒక గుడ్డి గుర్తులాగా చెప్పాను అనమాట. ఇది స్మాలర్ క్యాటయాన్, స్మాలర్ anion, స్ట్రాంగర్ బాండ్. లార్జర్ క్యాటయాన్, లార్జర్ anion, స్ట్రాంగర్ బాండ్. స్ట్రాంగర్ బాండ్ అంటే స్ట్రాంగర్ బాండ్ ఇన్ ది సెన్స్ we have to see that breakage of bond is not possible. If breakage of bond is possible, they break down and dissolve. So beryllium sulfate గురించి, beryllium is smaller, sulfate is bigger, so the radius ratio difference ఉంది, so it can be easily broken down and they dissolve in water, so soluble. So beryllium sulfate is soluble in water, whereas calcium, magnesium and other they have lesser solubility. ఎందుకు more soluble అంటే because of degree of hydration is high. మనం degree of hydration గురించి మాట్లాడాం already. What is that? Smaller size the cation, more degree of hydration, more attracting force, more degree of hydration. Okay, then beryllium is passive towards concentrated nitric acid. Now what do you mean by passive? As I already said, సపోజ్ ఇది ఒక బెరిలియం మెటల్ తీసుకుని ఇది ఒక రాడ్ అనుకోండి, బెరిలియం రాడ్ అనుకోండి. ఈ బెరిలియం రాడ్ ఒకవేళ మనం కాన్స్టెంట్ నైట్రిక్ యాసిడ్తో ట్రీట్ చేస్తే దిస్ బెరిలియం రాడ్ కెన్ రియాక్ట్ విత్ దిస్ నైట్రిక్ యాసిడ్, బట్ ఆ రియాక్షన్ అనేది సస్టైన్గా ఉండదు అనమాట, ఫర్ లాంగ్ టైమ్గా ఉండదు. అది వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఇస్ ద మెటల్ విచ్ ఇస్ దేర్ దట్ రియాక్ట్ సూపర్ఫిషియల్లీ విత్ నైట్రిక్ యాసిడ్ అండ్ ఫార్మ్స్ beryllium oxide, and forms what? Beryllium oxide. That beryllium oxide acts as a protective layer on this remaining rod. One more time, suppose concentrated sulfuric acid దీని మీద పోసాను అనుకోండి, దిస్ రాడ్ ఇమ్మీడియట్గా రియాక్ట్ అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. ఎక్కడ? ఓన్లీ సూపర్ఫిషియల్ లేయర్. సూపర్ఫిషియల్ లేయర్తో రియాక్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత ఏం జరుగుతుంది రియాక్షన్ రాడ్ అంటే, వాట్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ ఇస్ when you treat with nitric acid concentrate that beryllium oxide will form. This beryllium oxide will form. So this beryllium oxide and also nitrogen gas and HNO2 can also be there. Now this beryllium oxide is acting like a protective layer on remaining rod or remaining beryllium. ఇనీషియల్గా రియాక్ట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఇమ్మీడియట్గా రియాక్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత బెరిలియం ఆక్సైడ్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. ఆ బెరిలియం ఆక్సైడ్ దీని చుట్టూరు ఫామ్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. ఇట్ ఫార్మ్స్ ప్రొటెక్టివ్ లేయర్ అండ్ మేకింగ్ ఇట్ ద బెరిలియం టు బి నో ఫర్దర్ మోర్ రియాక్షన్, ఫర్దర్గా రియాక్షన్ జరగకుండా ఆపేస్తుంది. సో దట్స్ వాట్ వి కాల్ ఇట్ యాస్ బెరిలియం ఇస్ passive towards concentrated nitric acid. Why? Because due to formation of protective layer around beryllium as beryllium oxide. You can just write that beryllium oxide as a result. Okay, space circular. But I hope you understood. So these are the points. So just note down these points. So hope you have done. Next, moving on to the next. So beryllium and magnesium also. Now I am taking that beryllium and magnesium is also behaving little odd as compared to the group elements. What does that mean? Beryllium and magnesium can form both organometallic compounds. Okay, organic part will be there. This fellow metals, no, beryllium and magnesium metals are always there, and compounds of that. Okay, so for example, this one Grignard reagent, one of the very important compound in organic chemistry, where you will be studying about this time and again. Okay, so what is exactly happening here is we have the magnesium metal. This is our magnesium metal. On treating with R is for alkyl group like CH3Cl. Example I am saying chloromethane or methyl chloride anamata. So this magnesium on treating with CH3Cl will give rise to CH3MgCl, and this compound is called as Grignard reagent. Name after the scientist. Compound's name given it after the name of the scientist, that is Grignard. And most important compound, remember it. Grignard reagent ni ela prepare chestamante very simple. Metal ni alkyl halide to treat chestam ante. As the moment you treat it and heat it, it becomes what? Grignard reagent. Em ledu metal vachesi alkyl group ki halogen group ki madhyalo vachi kuchuntadi anamata. Alkyl group halogen madhyalo vachi kuchuntadi. So that's all. So between these two you will find like sitting on this. Fine. Then complex this such a compound is called as organo. This is what organic part. This is an organic part. This is what metallic part, and here we have what? Organometallic compound. Okay, Grignard reagent. Remember that name, RMGX. The X can be anything, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and all. Then complex compound. Just now I was talking. Even in the group 1 I have said complex compound. What is that? Beryllium forms more number of complex compounds. When you talk about beryllium and magnesium kuda slightly form chestadi gaani beryllium case lo ekku form chestadi. That is these are the things. Beryllium fluoride, BeF2 వచ్చేసి నార్మల్ థింగ్, BeF2 వచ్చేసి నార్మల్ థింగ్. కానీ the another fluorine, because fluorine has got with 3 lone pairs and beryllium has got with an empty orbital. So this fluorine will be donated and shared. So in that case it has got with what? Fluorine has been accepted, right? So beryllium is getting what charge now? Extra electrons వచ్చేసాయి కదా. So extra electrons వచ్చాయి కాబట్టి minus charge వస్తుంది. BeF2 is already there, but newly came F. So that we have BeF3 minus charge. One more fluorine coming in, BeF4 minus 2 charge, like that. Okay. Then similarly beryllium with 4 water molecules, if it has accepted, then it becomes plus 2 charge. On a whole, complex compounds are formed by the beryllium. And similarly, beryllium chloride dot R2, where R stands for alkyl group. Alkyl. R అంటే ఏంటి? ఇక్కడ రాసింది. Ether, aldehyde, ketone. Ether structure is something like this. Bonded to O and O. Organic chemistry చదువుతాం అన్నమాట. Aldehyde, C double bond OH, aldehyde. Ketone, C double bond O bonded. So వీటన్నిటిలో కూడా ఆక్సిజన్ ఉంది, గమనించారా? ఆక్సిజన్ has a lone pair of electrons, oxygen has a lone pair of electrons, oxygen has a lone pair of electrons. So this oxygen having lone pair of electrons will donate the lone pair of electrons and share, forming a complex compound. Okay, so BeCl2 dot R2 అంటే R గ్రూప్ లో ఈథర్, ఆల్డిహైడ్, కీటోన్ ఉండొచ్చు. అందులో ఆక్సిజన్ మీద లోన్ పేర్ ఉన్నట్టు ఇట్ కెన్ ఫార్మ్ ద డెడ్ బాండ్. ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ మీ. Alright, fine. So this one's so I hope you understood this point. Now talking about the next one, that is magnesium. Magnesium also forms complex compounds, but not as much as beryllium. So magnesium can form the chlorophyll. One of the best example of complex compound formed with magnesium is chlorophyll. Now plants, when you observe plants or leaves, they're green in color. Okay, for example, blood. Blood is what in color? Red in color. Why blood is red in color? Because of, we know, like hemoglobin and hemoglobin. Hem ante it is nothing but iron. Okay, so it is the complex compound of iron that is causing the blood to be red. ఏదైతే మనం హెమోగ్లోబిన్ వల్ల బ్లడ్ రెడ్ ఉందని చెప్తామో ఆ హెమోగ్లోబిన్లో కాంప్లెక్స్ కాంపౌండ్ ఫార్మేషన్ బై ఐరన్ Fe is responsible for the redness of the hemoglobin, and that's the reason blood is red in color. Same way, if you talk about plants leaves are green in color because of what? Chlorophyll. What exactly is present in chlorophyll? It is the complex compound of magnesium. So magnesium is present in the chlorophyll, that is causing to be green due to the Mg+2 ions. So all in all, this one about the behavior of beryllium that is odd towards group 2 elements. Talking about the next thing, that is diagonal relationship with aluminum and beryllium. So right now, how beryllium is different from these elements. Magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. Beryllium is similar to aluminum in what aspects? Actually, whatever the differences we have studied, no, for the same reason we will say similarity. But anyways, it is given separately, so I am doing it separately. Then diagonal relationship with aluminum and beryllium. Already we have said, due to the polarizing power of both are very high. Okay, why they are having similarities? Enduku they are similar ante enduku polarizing power is higher. Both beryllium and aluminum have high polarizing power. Why they are having high polarizing power? Due to two reasons. Oxidation potential is same and electronegativities are also same, almost same, not exactly same, almost same అన్నమాట. ఈ రెండు ఆల్మోస్ట్ సేమ్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి polarizing power is higher for both. Then both sources are beryl. What is beryl? Beryl, oxide of beryllium, aluminum, silicon. I have told you in the very beginning class itself. Sources lo maatladam annamata. Beryl, it is a source of what? Beryllium ki aluminum ki kuda, BeO, right? Oxide of beryllium, oxide of aluminum, and also oxide of silicon. So same way, both of them are obtained from beryl. Then both are not affected by atmosphere. That's what we said. Beryllium is not affected by atmosphere like magnesium, calcium and strontium. Okay, so that is the similarity between them. Then both dissolve in caustic alkali to give. Okay, this is also important point. Chemical properties which are very important. In the beryllium on reacting with NaOH, what happens? Beryllium on reacting with NaOH will form. What do you expect? Okay, just give us a second. Okay, fine. So beryllium on reacting with NaOH, what happens? So aluminum is reacting with NaOH. What will happen? Sodium metaluminate. Manamu compounds of NaOH lo reactions with aluminum hydroxide, aluminum oxide chusam, aluminum, zinc and all, right? Strontium, same thing. Whatever there we have studied like Al plus NaOH will form sodium metaluminate. Remember, same way we have sodium berylate is formed here. Okay, so on a whole, how the reaction is leading to liberate hydrogen in case of magnesium, calcium and strontium is quite different, and reaction with NaOH to liberate hydrogen gas. Okay, so manaki entante beryllium is reacting with NaOH to liberate hydrogen gas. Adi point. Kani question can also be asked, what is the byproduct kuda adachu annamata. Oxide AKR antaru. So remember this formula, NaBeO2, similar to aluminium. Aluminum plus NaOH form sodium metallocate NaAO2. Okay, liberating hydrogen gas, similar to it. Then both oxides and hydroxides are amphoteric, sparingly soluble and covalent. Indake chusam beryllium case lo oxides are what in nature? They are amphoteric, sparingly soluble and covalent in nature. Then their oxides are hard, non-volatile and have dash melting point and have high melting point. Their oxides are what? Hard. The moment I say hard, melting point should be high. Then beryllium hydroxide on heating will form beryllium oxide plus hydrogen gas is released. Same way, aluminum hydroxide on heating will form aluminium oxide Al2O3 plus hydrogen gas is released. Fine. So this is what you can see the properties similar between each other. Then both carbides evolve methane on hydrolysis. Same point. Then aluminum base we find the same thing. They release methane. Both form halides in the same manner. Aluminum chloride AlCl3 అనేది AlCl3 and AlCl3. So between this chlorine and this aluminum, between this aluminum and this chlorine, there is a formation of banana bond or polymer. Dimer lo exist avvadaniki e chlorine and Al, they both will have a bond. Same way this also. BeCl2 lo kuda ante. BeCl2 have also contained the banana bond. Okay. So BeCl2, this color should be bonded like this. Okay. Or even in this chlorine. So on a whole, how BeCl2 is existing as dimer ante monomer ante single ga undadam. BeCl2. కానీ BeCl2 ఇంకొక BeCl2 రెండు దే ఆర్ టుగెదర్. ఆ మాలిక్యూల్ ఏమంటే డైమర్ అంటాం అన్నమాట. అల్యూమినియం క్లోరైడ్ ఆల్సో ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఇన్ డైమరిక్ ఫార్మ్. బెరిలియం క్లోరైడ్ ఆల్సో ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఇన్ డైమరిక్ ఫార్మ్. సో దట్స్ వాట్ ఇట్ సేస్. బోత్ ఫార్మ్ హాలైడ్స్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ మేనర్. డైమరిక్ ఫార్మ్స్ అని రాసుకోవాలి కావాలంటే. డైమర్స్. Then they form polymeric dihydrides. Not only dimers, polymers also possible. And both form nitrides in the same way. ఇందాక చూసాం కదా, beryllium nitride is what in nature? Volatile in nature or non-volatile in nature? Volatile in nature. Alright. So then both forms nitrides in the same way, and on hydrolysis of nitrates it gives ammonium. Beryllium nitride or heating with water will form ammonia plus beryllium hydroxide. Same way, aluminium nitride on heating with water will form aluminium hydroxide plus ammonia gas released. Both carbonates are unstable. Both the carbonates are what? Unstable, meaning they quickly break down. Okay, on heating they break down. Both salts do not give color to form the flame. Why they do not give color? Because the electrons are so much tightly packed that excitation and de-excitation is less possible chance. So that's why they do not impart color to the Bunsen burner or flame on heating. Fine. So these are the properties that are similar between beryllium and aluminium. So for today we shall stop here. In the next class we will talk about the compounds, or we will talk about magnesium. Okay, fine. So just take it down. One second, just a small change that we have seen in the chemical reactions with this beryllium hydroxide on heating will form beryllium oxide plus not H2 gas, it forms H2O. Okay, hydrogen gas is available in water formation. So just take a note of this one, make a change. It forms what? Water molecules. Clear? So with this, that is similarities and anomalous behavior of beryllium is done. And in the next class we will talk about magnesium. Now before I go further, I wanted you to put all the reactions at one go, so that your chemical properties will be very simple to study. Okay. Group 1 అయిపోయింది, chemical properties, group 2 కూడా అయిపోయింది. So now we are left with what? Compounds of magnesium, calcium. These two are relatively important. Compounds of magnesium, compounds of calcium. Okay, so once we are done, we will have more number of compounds, more number of formulae, more number of reactions. ఇంకా ఈ రెండు గ్రూప్స్ అయ్యింది. 13th 14th వచ్చేసరికి విల్ హ్యావ్ సంథింగ్ ఎల్స్ టు లెర్న్ మోర్ స్టిల్ మోర్. సో ఓవరాల్గా చూసుకుంటే ఎక్కువ రియాక్షన్స్ ఉన్నట్టు అనిపిస్తుంది, కానీ సీ దట్ యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఇట్ ఆన్ డైలీ బేసిస్ ఆర్ వీక్లీ బేసిస్లో రియాక్షన్స్ అని ఒక్కొక్కసారి రివైజ్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉండండి. దట్స్ హౌ యూ కెన్ రిమెంబర్ ద ఇనార్గానిక్ ఫర్ లాంగ్ టైమ్. ద ఇనార్గానిక్ కెమిస్ట్రీ ఐఎమ్ గ్యారంటీయింగ్ యూ అగైన్, you will not remember this inorganic chemistry for lifetime, only till the exam point of view you should remember. Okay, so till that time how best you can have the things remembered is most important. Exam వరకు మాత్రమే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. ఓకే ఫైన్. అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్ దాట్ ఎనీవేస్ విల్ ఫర్గెట్, నేను మీకు చెప్పకపోయినా మర్చిపోతాను, కానీ దానికంటే ముందు మర్చిపోయారనుకోండి నో పాయింట్. సో దట్స్ వై యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ ట్రాక్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ రియాక్షన్స్ అండ్ కెమికల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆన్ అండ్ ఆఫ్. ఫైన్. సో విత్ దిస్ వి స్టాప్. సీ ద నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్.